Good afternoon, lovely people, lovely ladies. I'm a bit later today than I usually am, but this is your reminder, your daily reminder during our Mindful Habit Creation Week of how do I feel check-ins. How do you feel? This is your reminder to check in with yourself right now, because it's only when you know how you feel, when you have an awareness over how you feel, that you can start to make little tiny shifts and changes. And it's when and how you start to notice patterns in what's going on in your life, in your days. Maybe it's to do with your kids' behaviour, your work situation, your finances, in your days, your weeks, your months. When you can actually check what's going on and you start to spot patterns in what's going on. I thought I'd go take you for a walk today because, well, first of all, I wanted to go for a walk. And secondly, being out in nature, and hopefully you'll be able to hear the birds and just see all the green. Well, it's actually not that green. It's kind of golden after the harvest. But it is green over there in the distance, in the hills, in the mountains. Just seeing nature, hearing nature is instantly calming for the nervous system. So if you're feeling frazzled and overwhelmed, and hopefully you'll find some peace just from watching, listening to me. So how do you feel? How are you feeling? Just process that for a moment. Just checking in with yourself. How do you feel? What's happened? What's happened to make you feel how you feel right now? It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, negative or positive. It just is. However you're feeling right now, you could be feeling like absolutely on top of the world, like your happiest self, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Or you could be feeling rock bottom. You could be feeling really stressed and frazzled and overwhelmed today. It just is. Just feel into it. It might be a bit uncomfortable. If you are feeling on top of the world, that's amazing. What is it that's made you feel on top of the world? What can you take from this? Like what's happened today that's made you feel like this, that you can introduce more of into your days to make you feel like this more often? And if you're feeling not so jolly today, hi lovely, if you're feeling not so jolly today, what's happened? Again, we're not looking at it being good or bad, right or wrong. It just is. So what's happened? Where can you try to minimize these feelings? Like what could you have done very slightly differently? What can you do now? Just a really slight tweak. It might just be that you literally take 2 minutes to do a quick dance wherever you are, or a stretch, or some deep breaths. Or it might be that you pick up the phone and have a chat with a friend. Or it might be that you arrange to have a coffee date with a friend. There will be something that you can do right now that will lift your vibe. And the more you practice this, the more you see the benefits of it, and the more easily you can process your feelings. And pick yourself back up again when you're feeling a bit down in the dumps. We all do. I do sometimes. And that leads me on really to my accountability and the importance of me checking with how I feel at the moment. if you've been watching this week, you'll know that my family, my husband and my 2 boys, went on holiday yesterday. And because of work situation, because I've got my business, and it's usually me who takes the boys away in the holidays. If my husband's working, obviously we go on family holidays. But this year we've chosen not to go on family holidays because we've got 2 elderly cats who both need medication. And last time we went away and left them with somebody, one of them was very poorly for 2 weeks afterwards. And we just don't want to do that to them. So we've chosen to go on holiday separately. I went away to Mauritius, which was incredible, by myself in March to see our lovely community member, Anne Raju, who lives out there. It was so wonderful. It was just so amazing to meet her. It was a bit of a working holiday. We're really good friends. We talk a lot online, but we've never met each other in person, but now we have. So, yeah, and now my boys are off on holiday. So I've been really excited about them going. That feeling of space that we crave as mums, as busy, frazzled working mums. Space and like time to yourself, and just being a free agent. And the closer it got to them going away, the more anxious I felt, the more grumpy I felt. And yeah, just worried about being on my own, completely on my own. Like normally, if Garry, we've all been away on our own at various points, but usually I've been with somebody, or I've been off doing something by myself, but not actually being at home by myself. So I've only been at home on my own without the boys and Garry for 3 nights. And that was 3 years ago, and that's in their whole life, I think. So yeah, I was getting quite anxious. And then there's that control thing as well. It's like, as a mum, you feel like you have to be doing everything. So I ended up doing the packing to help Garry out, even though the stipulation was that he has to do the packing. But he was busy at work, so I was like, I'll do that. And I don't know if that was me just trying to be helpful, or me trying to control and being reluctant to release. So it's been a really big lesson for me in releasing, and just, if they forget things, and they forget things, it's actually no big deal, and Gary's got his own way of doing things. They'll muddle through together. My way isn't necessarily the right way, but it's just quite hard to release completely that control and just to be feel a bit redundant. And when they drove off last night, I just felt empty. Quite empty, which was a really interesting feeling actually, which I really did feel into. I had a nice walk. It was a strange one, but then I had a good chat with a friend, another community member, and we recorded the guest expert session with Angie Jones-Moore, so we were chatting for 2 hours. The recording's only 30 minutes, by the way, the bit that's for you, but we were chatting for ages. And then I made some dinner. I had a whole bag of scampi last night. That felt very liberating, because normally I have to share. And and then I watched some Bridgerton, which was lovely. And this morning I feel really motivated. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do so much today when I haven't got the kids around, when I'm not tied to times. So but probably come this evening again, I'll feel all lonely again. And I just feel into that. So constantly we're like, our feelings shift and change as things, progress in the day, as circumstances change, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. It just is. And I've used my free time to be really, as I said, turn my pain into power. I've done a lot, achieved a lot today at work on my coaching business. I've got lots to do still, I plan to do. I do also feel now that I need to adjust my expectations of what I'm going to get done during this week when they're away, which is an interesting one, because I do still need to sleep, and I do still need to get the balance, make sure I've got the balance right. I'm meeting a friend tomorrow for brunch, which will be lovely. I've got coaching and more guest expert recordings and things tomorrow, so yeah. But it's interesting when you check in with your feelings. That's how you really grow. When you start checking in with your feelings, and you can start, you start to feel really powerful, that you actually have the power to make change in your day. You have the power to change outcomes of situations just by how you respond to them. Even if there's other people involved, by how you respond to them. Like, if you're in a conflict, for example, with your husband or a child or one of your siblings or parents, you can respond in a way, or you can, in the way that doesn't, although they might have said things, but you can make sure that you don't say things that, bite your tongue. When you acknowledge how you feel, it's like that pause, press that pause button, or, you can kind of process what they've said, how you feel about it. I had a situation a couple of years ago when my family really upset me, and I journaled on it for quite a long time actually, and I felt so good afterwards, just getting it all out. And it's when you actually acknowledge how you're feeling, that's how you can process it, and then you can decide what to do with those feelings. And then when you're processing them, it just means that you can process them faster, and they don't stop you, they don't derail you from getting caught up in drama and strong emotions, and preventing you from living the life that you want to live. Because at the end of the day, that's the absolute most important thing. You've got your desires for the days and your life. You've got your lifelong dreams. They are all within your reach. As long as you commit now to become unshakable and not let anything or anyone actually derail you from what it is that you really want in life. Even though you're a mum, you are still allowed these dreams. And lots of the dreams that I have, for example, I share them with my husband. My boys are involved as well. So it's not just me going off my own. It's like it's a team dream. And then obviously I've got my own things that I like to enjoy in my days and in my life as well, like go to yoga retreats, and I like to sit down and have a nice cup of tea by myself and watch some TV, or I read my book on a Saturday morning before everyone gets up. So yeah. So how do you feel? Let me know. Really, really important that you acknowledge it. So pop it in this community, and either below or in a separate post. Let us know how you feel. Hold yourself accountable. It doesn't matter, as I said, it doesn't matter if you feel negative or positive. It just is. It's the way you feel. And we can celebrate you, support you, boost you if you need some support. So this blue sky is gorgeous, isn't it? So blue today. Just lovely. We got our prize draw tomorrow for to win a copy of Heighter magazine, which is a beautiful, mindful lifestyle, mindful living and sustainable living magazine. So make sure you invite your friends to come join us, come and play. I'm on a mission to help as many working mums as possible to take back control, to feel in control, to feel calm, to feel like you're absolutely winning and smashing life and getting every single drop of goodness from life that you want. We all want different things. It's what you want that counts, not what anyone else wants. So invite your friends, help them achieve what they want in their lives as well. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful afternoon, and let me know what you're up to as well. Sending you loads of love. Bye.